If you're running a small or mid-sized broadcast station, you know you're more than just a business. You are an absolute lifeline for your community. And that's why we're kicking off this new series, focusing on one of the most critical responsibilities you have, disaster planning. So let's just dive right in.
All right, so here's the deal. This is part one of a 10-part series where we're going to be breaking down a really detailed guide from Virtualization Options LLC. It's all about disaster planning, recovery, and mitigating risk, and it's built specifically for small and mid-size AM and FM stations just like yours. We're going to walk through their entire framework, chapter by chapter.
So, let's start with the stakes. Why is this so incredibly important? Well, it's because when every other form of communication goes down, local radio isn't just another option. It's often the only option. You literally become the community's critical lifeline. This quote right here, it really gets to the heart of the mission, doesn't it? The guide calls broadcasters the first informers, and this explains exactly why. When the cell towers are jammed, the internet is out, and the power is gone, your signal has to be the one that gets through. That's a massive responsibility, and that's what this whole series is about, preparing you for. A responsibility that big demands a serious plan. This isn't about crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. It's about systematically and deliberately building resilience. So let's take a look at the framework that's going to guide us through this. As we said, this whole thing is built on that guide from Virtualization Options LLC. And what's so valuable about their approach is that it's a real roadmap designed for the specific realities of smaller broadcasters. It's not some one-size-fits-all corporate plan that just doesn't apply. And this guide doesn't exist in a vacuum. It lines up perfectly with industry best practices, like the stuff you see from the National Association of Broadcasters. But the most crucial takeaway here, the thing you have to remember, is that disaster planning isn't a one-and-done project. It's a living, breathing commitment that has to evolve as technology and threats evolve. Now, let's get real for a minute and talk about the unique reality that you face every day. The challenges for a small local station are a world away from what a big corporate broadcaster deals with. And just acknowledging that difference is the very first step to creating a plan that's actually going to work when you need it most. This slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? We're talking about tight budgets, which make things like fully redundant systems feel more like a dream than a reality. You've probably got smaller, maybe overstretched engineering and IT teams. Perhaps your station is geographically isolated, or you're working with equipment that's, well, let's just say it's seen better days. And on top of all that, you've got this growing threat from cyber attacks. This is the reality for so many stations out there. So that brings us to the million-dollar question, right? With all of those constraints, how do you guarantee you can stay on the air when your community needs you the most? Well, the answer isn't about just throwing more money at the problem. It's about planning smarter. And this is exactly where a more modern approach comes into play. Look, it's not about tossing out everything old and replacing it with something new and shiny. It's about strategically blending the best of both worlds to create a system that is both incredibly robust and actually affordable. Okay, let's break this down a bit. On one side, you've got your traditional on-site equipment, your on-premises gear. It's proven, it's reliable, and you are in direct, immediate control. On the other side, you have modern hybrid cloud solutions. These offer amazing things like scalability, geographic redundancy, and lower upfront costs. But the key here, the most important part, is that this is not an either-or choice. Think of them as complementary tools that, when used together, build a much, much stronger system. And that right there, that's the real goal. This isn't about buying some off-the-shelf, one-size-fits-all disaster plan. It's about using the frameworks we're going to talk about to build a program that is perfectly tailored to your station's unique circumstances, your resources, your staff, and the specific needs of the community you serve. Okay, so that really sets the stage. Now you're probably asking, where do we go from here? Let's take a quick peek at the journey ahead in this series. Here it is. This is your roadmap. First up, we're going to dive deep into understanding your specific risks, everything from natural disasters to cyber attacks. From there, we'll get into the nuts and bolts of developing a truly comprehensive plan. Then we'll explore both on-site recovery options and how to smartly leverage those hybrid cloud solutions. And we'll wrap it all up by tackling cybersecurity and training. By the time we're done, you'll have a complete toolkit for resilience. So we'll end this introduction with the question that matters most. When every other signal goes silent, when all other voices fade, is your station prepared to be the last one broadcasting? Stick with us for the rest of the series to make sure the answer is a confident yes.